Hey, aloha guys, Eric West here, HawaiiRealEstate.org. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new, I'm all about teaching you everything I can think of anyway about Hawaii and its real estate, but you can't find in the listing. And today, it's a beautiful, beautiful day here on Maui. It's a beautiful Sunday actually. Been out showing some condos, and I just thought to myself, I would like to put out just a really quick video with some of the top things that I've learned about vacation rental condos specifically on Maui. I've been doing this for about 12 years. About half of my business is vacation rental condos, so it's definitely something I focus on. And I sell anywhere between $40 and $50 million in real estate every year, so about half of that are vacation rental condos. So certainly if you're ever in the market to buy or sell your condo, as always, I'd love to be your guy. But I just thought I would just take a few minutes and just share with you a few things in case you are in the market to purchase one that I think will be really helpful in terms of understanding the landscape of the Maui condominium market and some resources, and everything that I mentioned I will put a link in the description that you can click through and check it out. So the first thing to know about buying a condo on Maui is this: the best time to buy a condo on Maui is now. I've been doing this for 12 years, and every single person I've ever helped buy a condo, one of the biggest ways you make money on your condo is it appreciates in value over time. We're literally just now getting back to what these condos were selling for in the early 2000s. So a lot of people don't know that. They think we're like California that's tripled in the last, since then. We're just getting back to where we were back in the good old days in the early 2000s. So I tell people all the time, the best time to buy a condo is now. Now, especially in this market where we have a little bit of a lull, things are happening in terms of interest rates going up, and it's just some uncertainty in the market. We haven't lost any value here yet, but it's not as it's a rock solid market, but it's not as on fire as it was just a few months ago. So now is a good time, I think, to possibly have some negotiation that you didn't have just a few months ago when everything was going well over asking price. So at any rate, the best time to buy is now, because over time I can't guarantee anything, but historically the prices have always gone up month after month, year after year, and you'll be thankful. It always feels like you're paying a little too much at the time, but in a few months, in a few years, you're like, oh man, I'm so glad we bought it back. You name your closing date. Second thing, in terms of cash flow, what do these things make? Grab a piece of paper and jot some of these things down. It could be helpful to understand. Number one, I'm going to give you a resource called the condocalculator.org. I have some other ones that start with Hawaii and Maui. My website, HawaiiRealEstate.org. But if you go to condocalculator.org, I will put a link in the description. We've created a beautiful website. It's been crowdsourced and altered over the years by different people. So thankful to all those beautiful number crunchers out there that helped make this web page or this open source spreadsheet even that much better. But if you go to condocalculator.org, I will put a link in the description. And for all you guys that love doing that, or gals, it's a great resource. All the inputs, all the variables, all the fixed costs, everything you should think about. And also when you get financials from somebody about the historical performance, the spreadsheet will will cue you to ask certain questions, like does their gross income include things like transient accommodation tax and general excise tax? You got to back that out. But the condocalculator.org is a great resource, but some good rules of thumb. I love good rules of thumb, and I get this from guys that are in the property management business that live and breathe this stuff every single day. So as a good rule of thumb, a condo should generate around 10% of the acquisition price in annual revenue. So let's say hypothetically you buy one for $1 million, like this beautiful Maui Kai unit. Ma'alai Kai unit I'm in here right now. This is about a $900,000 condo, and it should generate about $90,000 in gross revenue. So you bought it for $900. 10% of 900,000 is 90,000. That's 10% of the purchase price should be your gross income. Of that, you're going to bring 3 to 6% to your bottom line as far as cash on cash return. So if you spent, say hypothetically, for easy numbers, $1 million, you should bring to your bottom line $30,000 to $60,000 every single year. I know it's kind of a range, but basically there are variables that we'll talk about a little bit, but generally speaking, we're going to get about an 85% occupancy rate on the island of Maui. So one of the beautiful things about this market for vacation condos is we don't really have the up and down cycles like you would have at a ski resort, right? Ski resorts are busy in the winter, slow in the summer. Maui, just steady Eddie year-round, 85% occupancy all day long. So if you spend $1 million, you should make between $30,000 and $60,000 cash in your pocket. That's after taxes, after GET, TAT, cleaning, management fee of 25 to 30%. So that's just kind of a good, thumb sketch about what these things make. Now, if you don't pay cash and you have to put down the minimum 30%, that's what's required, then it should be enough to make your payment. Now, rates have gone up a little bit, but room rates have also gone up a lot. So it should be enough to make your payment, but I tell people all the time, in the end, if you only put down 30%, you're probably not going to quite break even. I don't promise cash flow at 30% down, but I do promise it'll make most of that payment. Most of your 70% that the bank gave you the money for is going to get subsidized by people that come and stay in your unit. Another good resource for you, I'll put the link in the description as well, is DataRabbu, DATARABBU. DataRabbu.com. You can put in any address in the world, literally, not just Maui, of any building, and you can put in the number of bedrooms, and it will tell you exactly how much those units are making on Airbnb for that particular month. So it gives you literally like the exact amount. So it's a great actuals, right? There's pro forma, there's projected. DataRabbu will give you actuals of what, say for example, this building I'm in here right now, you could put the address of this building into DataRabbu, and it would tell you exactly how much the one bedrooms made last month or coming up this month on Airbnb. So it's a great resource. There's also another one called AirDNA. That one you have to pay for. DataRabbu is free, but AirDNA is another resource that you can go to look at what condos are actually performing in any location in the world. So that's a pretty cool resource. The next thing I want to point out is the management company. People ask me all the time, hey Eric, what do you recommend for a management company? I've got my favorites, right? If you want to know, reach out to me, I'll let you know. I don't want to put it out here on the public forum in case it does change, right? These companies, anybody I ever refer, but as a matter of fact, I sort of call it my golden network. Probably the most valuable thing that I can bring to the table as a real estate professional is the people on this job. Now, next week that could change, or if that ever does change, obviously they come off the list, but like, who's the best landscaper, who's the best cleaner, who's the best handyman, who's the best management company, who's the best pool guy, who's the best one to change your oil, literally on this island, there's really good people, there's kind of middle, and then there's bad, you know what I'm saying? So having a good network of people that gets communicated through what we call the coconut wireless. So that's one of the things I love to share with my clients, like here's the best resources. So I have my favorite management companies at the moment, but I will tell you is this, they specialize, right? So one management company will be really good in these particular buildings, another management company is really good in this particular niche of the market, but having the great management company is the absolute 100% key to success, right? If you have a bad management company, or if the unit that you're buying it from has a bad management company, that means you're not really able to see the potential of that unit until you get what's called a pro forma. So you get a pro forma financial statement from these good companies, and they can say, hey, this is what this unit could perform. So don't judge a book by its cover, or don't judge a book by the financials, because there could be a lot of potential in there that's not being materialized because the company that's doing it is not doing a great job, which is quite frankly the majority. A lot of them are embedded, they're entrenched, they got spoiled, they take low-hanging fruit, they give the room rates away a year ahead of time, they're not doing dynamic pricing, it goes on and on and on. So having a good management company that's got their head in the game, they're not sleeping at the wheel, they're not lazy, they're working hard, that is so critical. I cannot tell you, my biggest pet peeve, bad management companies, because you know what? We just don't have time for that in this life. You have to be working with people that are excellent star performers, that are killing it in their respective field, and that way you know that your asset is getting maximum, because you worked hard for your money, right? To get the money, to do the down payment, you worked hard for that, right? So why would you want to put that in the hands of someone that's not going to work hard? That can happen. So anyway, I'd love to tell you who my favorite management companies are. Thanks for all the messages, by the way, guys. I appreciate it. And let's see, what else can I share real quick? I know I'm kind of getting long-winded, but as you can tell, I'm talking as fast as I can. I'm trying to get it out there. I'm trying to keep you in tune, engaged, and thinking, because it's very important when you're going to buy a big asset like this to know a lot of the details. Another good thing to know, besides my gimbal is shaking like a freak today. I don't know what's going on. It's the new DJI gimbal, I'm telling you. Sometimes the new ones aren't as good, right? It's like, no, don't know about that one. But when you buy a condo on Maui, did you know it's just like buying a home? Except you're going to share it with a bunch of other people. So if you own a home, do things break? Absolutely. Do big things break? Absolutely. Big things break. So you have to be ready. If you're going to buy a condo somewhere, if something big breaks, you're going to have to come up with the money to help pay for it. That's right. So you literally could put yourself in a really tough financial position if you're not aware of things that are about to break or just broke, and you go close and all of a sudden you get this huge assessment for 90 grand, like, hey, pay us next week. Or the building's getting ready to go dark for 6 or 7 months. That's lost revenue. Or there's a big project that everyone's talking about, right? They're talking about, but it hasn't quite made it to the minutes of the HOA meetings yet. So it's good to know these things that are coming up down the pike because they could affect you financially. And if you can't pay that assessment, things can get kind of gnarly. Or maybe they spread the assessment out in an HOA fee, but now there goes all your profit because you didn't realize that this expense was coming. Or had you known the expense was coming, you could have negotiated the seller to pay for that at the closing. So all kinds of little details that can make a huge difference when you go to buy a condo. Obviously, I'd love to help you if you're in that market and you want to learn some of these things. I've been doing this for about 12 years on the beautiful island of Maui. Been an honor and a privilege to be able to do this here on this beautiful island and to hopefully add some value to all you guys when you're in the process of buying these things. But they're very good investments. The way I look at it is like this. It's sort of like buying a Ferrari and you're going to put it on Turo. Let's face it, it's a Ferrari. It's a luxury item. You could probably go buy a Ford Escort and make more money on Turo, but it's a Ferrari and it's something that you love, that you can use, that you're passionate about. But the Turo account will help kind of offset the cost of that Ferrari. We'll put some money in your pocket, but you could probably make more money buying real estate somewhere in like Reno, Nevada. What do I know? But the good news is for a vacation rental condo, Maui rates really high for the rate of return versus other places like, say, Tahoe or Vail or Aspen. Really, really high because we have that year-round occupancy. And let's face it, it's Maui, right? If you were going to go somewhere, where else would you want to go? So you have an asset that you can use when you come over here on vacation. It's like a tax write-off. You make all kinds of new friends. But the one thing I will warn you about is this. When you buy a condo in Maui, you got to be careful because all of a sudden you're going to be thinking to yourself, oh man, if I go stay in the unit, that's going to cost me like $5,000 because that's $5,000 I could have made that week that you're not going to make. So just be careful. So the number one tip I give people after you buy one is be sure to always book yourself in. No matter what, forget about the money, book yourself in, enjoy that asset, keep a close eye on it in terms of when you come, if your management company is not taking care of business, and part of what they have to take care of is asset preservation. That's a huge part of what a management company does. If all they're doing is taking your bookings and whatever, that's not enough. They got to be looking at, hey, this wall needs to be repainted, or hey, this couch needs to go, or hey, your tenants just did this and they need to pay for that. They need to be preserving that asset. That's such a huge part of a management company's job, and a lot of them honestly just don't do a good job. Make sure that they're pre-checking in, looking at the unit after it gets cleaned. They've got to be hands-on. Hopefully they have their own in-house cleaners, their own in-house handyman that can take care of these little manini things, and they're not going to nickel and dime you. That's really important too. You have to watch these management companies. Some of them are professionals at sucking all the profit right out of your pocket and putting it into theirs. So there's a lot of games they play. So anyway, I think I've said enough. I don't know, there's so much more I could share, but I think that's enough for today. I just wanted to quickly just give you some of my top points. I have this kind of conversation probably 4 or 5 times every single day. That's why I can kind of roll it off my tongue so fast, because I kind of explain the same thing to people over and over. But it's good, it's exciting, and I love being able to share what I've learned over the last 12 years selling condos on Maui. And again, I'll put the link in the description to the condocalculator.org. I also have Data Rabu, which is a great way to kind of do your own research on what different buildings are producing. We also have, we have a couple more links I'll put in the description. I won't go over them all right now. And real quick, before I sign off, I just want to quickly share, in case you forgot about it, maalayacondo.net. All my websites, I try to make them super easy for you guys to remember. So like all of the condos are usually the name of the condo for sale, Hanuakai for sale, Ritz for sale, you name it. Every single condo on the leeward side of Maui, I've got a URL that's that name of that condo for sale.com. In this case, it's maalayacondo.net for this particular unit. it's going to go quick. So this is a great opportunity, and I just want to share it with you real quick. Matter of fact, a few people have looked at it and they said this is the nicest unit that's currently on the market, but check it out. I'm not going to do the full tour because I already did that a few lives ago, but I just wanted to share with you, this thing is dead center. You're looking at the beautiful Pacific Ocean. That is what I call whale soup. Okay, maybe not right now, but normally there's just whales. Of course, this is the overlook, right? When you're on the Poly, this is the area that you're overlooking. That, of course, is the beautiful Haleakala. Yes, with the clouds, shrouded in the beautiful clouds. The other day I was here, did a live, it was just crystal clear blue sky, but this is more typical. And then you can see some of the beautiful grounds they have here, these barbecues, center stage barbecues. Just get out there, roast up sear your ahi, get your mahi, macadamia encrusted nut perfection. Maybe it's a filet. Oh man, nice pool. Look at these grounds, man. You have over 2 acres, oceanfront premier. You've got nice protection. Obviously, we're on the 3rd floor here, the unit 312. But the coolest thing about this area, in my opinion, besides being very centrally located, is over here. If you look really close, and I'll help you look close because I can zoom you in. You've got the longest uninterrupted white sandy beach in all of Hawaii. No, second longest. There's a longer one in Kauai. But that is Sugar Beach, and it goes a long way. Look at that. So you can access that beach from this particular area real easily. And then the second thing is you've got Maui Condo. You have Maui Harbor right there. You can kind of see some of the breakwall right there. And if you want to go do your excursions, you can quickly walk to that. Oh, here come some people arriving right now in an airplane. This isn't the flight path of the airport. So when you're landing on Maui, obviously you're going to go right over Maui because the predominant trade winds come from this direction. Airplanes usually land into the wind, so you do get a little bit of airplane noise here, but nothing major. Don't worry about it. It's like white noise. It goes away, just like those roosters, right? Eventually you figure it out. It's no big deal. The brain is like, okay, that's cool. But to have access to not just that 5-mile stretch, but to have quick access to that harbor for your excursions, to have quick access to the restaurants at the harbor shops, to have quick access to the airport, to have quick access to all the beaches in Wailea. I mean, you're so centrally located here. Quick access to Lahaina. You just can't beat the central location of Maalaea. So anyway, keep this one in mind. My prediction, are you ready? It's going to go under contract super fast. So it's a great opportunity. It's priced right. It's completely remodeled to the studs. Like literally, she spent $100 and some change on this beautiful remodel, and it is just a fantastic opportunity. So if you can't or don't want to buy this, do me a favor. Please share the video with someone that you do know. I'd love to have it be someone from my audience. That'd be so cool. So if not, it's all right. We'll sell it to some other people. No big deal. But I love to be the first to bring you opportunities, because in this market, our inventory is menini, right? Menini, pigeon means small kind, not much. There's not much inventory. So it's a huge opportunity. I guarantee you this unit's going to be a performer. And share it with somebody that you know. If you love the video, leave a thumbs up, a share, a shaka, subscribe. And of course, as always, I shall return. I don't know where, I don't know when. If you enjoyed content like this with me talking a little bit more real estate, talking some shop, you know, I'd love to do more content like this. My goal, just so you know, matter of fact, my kids are getting ready to get licensed, and we're getting ready to launch a new version of HawaiiRealEstate.org. It's coming out. We've been working on it diligently, but my boys are all been to real estate school. They're getting ready to pass their tests, and we're going to launch this site. It's going to be amazing. It's amazing now, but it's going to be like 10x amazing. But my goal is that the West Ohana knows more about condos in Hawaii than any other real estate team. That's my goal, that we go deep, we do deep dives, we have lots of information so that you can make wise decisions, and you've got a one-stop resource, whether you're looking to buy or sell a condo here in the beautiful island of Maui or any other island. We can definitely help. So thanks so much, guys, for tuning in. I appreciate it. It's been kind of fun. I'm going to go off to my next appointment. I know it's Sunday. I don't like to work on Sundays, but hey, when you're a real estate agent, you figure out a workaround to that one. Yeah, good luck. But anyway, always grinding. 3 boys in college. They're almost out though, and they'll be on the YouTube soon, hopefully, helping me help you guys with all your real estate needs. So thanks again. Until next time, I shall return. I promise. It'll be more exciting than this. This was shop. If you're not interested in condos on Maui, that's cool, but you should be, because you'll make good money on them. All right, guys. I appreciate you Much aloha to you and your ohana. Till next time, Eric West, out. I'll put the links in the description, I promise you. I will. I don't forget. You watch. Within moments, they'll be there. See you guys. Maui Dan, I can't find the button. Good. Ah, there it is. There it is.